everyone. How y'all doing? Today's title is Hip Hop. One down, one to go. East Coast killer, West Coast killer. The untold story of how Khalil Money has helped take out DJ K-Slay, which is the one down. And the one to go is Whack 100. So Whack 100, if you leave too soon, you know why. The East Coast killer, West Coast killer is killing. So let's deal with this, people. Them allowing Khalil Money to bring LGBTQIA plus to the hip hop community has taken one life. How many more will it take? But let's deal with this, the paperwork.
Segment 8, the first crack, April 2013.
That's the first crack. I came out here and cracked them in 2016. They did their best to murder me, so this wouldn't be going on. But the Lord God of Israel said must go on, so therefore I must go on.
Everybody points to 2016 as when this story broke. Ronald Savage, on camera, saying Bambatana molested him at 15. That's not where it started.
That's not where it started, but it did start with child abuse. Ronald Savage was 15. Now, me and Ronald had an argument about this. Khalil then pointed it out and everything because he's been trying to kill the power that's Israel doctrine, but he can't kill it. He won't confront it. He'll talk about it, but he won't confront it. I put him on the wall the other day. He's tagging me. You said my name before I tagged you. So don't cry when you starting stuff. You start something, be a man, stand on your tools, 10 toes down if you like to, because you like to. You know what 10 toes down mean and everything. Stop playing, my nigga. Stop playing. You play. I told you I'm the wrong one in the first place, but you wanted to play. So now we playing.
It started 3 years earlier, April 2013.
Now, Khalil, am I lying? Did you write the article in 2013? Yes or no? I bet you won't be a man to say you wrote it in 2013 and agree with me, because you done gave your soul to lay the wheels and start toward terrain. If you say that you wrote it in 2013 when I got all the video of you saying it, you just spit on them. And that's what they get for messing with you, because you spit on me first. I'm going to have the last laugh, though, because you're willing until I take you out, because ain't nobody else willing to take you out. But I'm winning until I lose. You can have some of my slangology, my little conversation. You'll win until I take you out.
A writer named Khalil Amani, a Colorado-based journalist for DJ K-Slay's Straight Stuntin' magazine, published a story that got almost no attention outside hip-hop blogs at the time, and it should have blown the whole thing open right then. Amani's article claimed Bambatana had drugged a man and performed a sex act on.
So a gay Africa Bambata drugged a young boy and date raped him. That's what the straight gay homosexual advocate put out there. That's why he was quiet for 3 years. That's why him or DJ couldn't Slay couldn't say nothing. They couldn't speak, they couldn't say nothing. And then when he started speaking, he told me. He didn't tell y'all until I told y'all. Then he told y'all K-Slay this and K-Slay, because he wouldn't tell y'all. But remember, we was buddies back then. I got all the tea.
Him without his consent. The man woke up mid-assault, realized what was happening, and stabbed Bambatana. A top Zulu member who was with Bambatana at the time also got cut in the struggle. That's 2013.
That's 2013, y'all. It is what it is. Y'all wouldn't know about that, though. Even Khalil telling y'all, but y'all can't hear, because the same people that's blocking me on YouTube is blocking him on YouTube. See, he don't want to hook back up and blow this thing out of the water, because he's still trying to push homosexuality in hip-hop. That's why he left in the first place, because he seen what I was doing. and he had to leave. He told me, I'm finna go mess with them because he gonna take them out and all of this. He ain't took about yet, and he ain't joined forces with me yet to take them out because they winning until I make them lose. And I'm winning until they make me lose. But ain't nobody trying to confront me. I'm trying to confront them. They running. I ain't running. They're running though, which they should be running. But let's keep going.
3 years before Savage. 3 years before the world was paying attention.
3 years before the world was paying attention. It is what it is. Give me a second. I gotta walk away. I'll be right back. Oh boy, where the people at? Where the people at, people? I need some more viewers. I need some more viewers. Now let's get back to this. How you doing to the third person, second person in the room? How y'all doing? Let's get back to this. We done with that first part. So now we're finna go to the second part. Khalil the Money can't say he was the one that did this. He'll argue and fight with me about it, but he won't argue and fight with Layla Wilson about it. He do not want the position because they told him you take the position, your life get taken. They punked him now.
Here's why 2013 matters more than a footnote.
More than a footnote. It was a footnote because Layla Wills made it a footnote. Her Black Panther communist self made it a footnote because she wanted some capitalism and she didn't want to share with her Black Panther brothers and sisters, you know, Junior and stuff. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Chicago. I just don't want to call their names.
Watch what Zulu Nation did the moment the article dropped, because it's the exact same playbook they'd run again in 2016.
Same playbook. The same thing is being ran over and over again to cover it up. They covered it up in 2013 and they covered it up in 2016 because the Zulu Nation told them, we'll take y'all lives. And because they cowards and punks and LGBTQIS means, as Jabari told WAC 100, you got a little penis. Because they got little penis and small balls, they ain't out here. They're not standing like men. You don't like the fact he told you had a little penis? Why you let him do it to you? You did to Zariak and Polite, right? Cross the line and everything. Why you ain't make a t-shirt saying, Jabari said I got a little penis and stuff like Tazariak did, huh?
And again in 2021, the article angered members of the organization. Amani said they went to K-Slay directly and pushed to get it taken down. He pulled it within a day or two.
You see that? I told Khalil the Money to go tell the FBI because he's a government informant. He had an inside track to him. He didn't want to go talk to him though. They're gonna put me back in Wixet. And when have you ever got out of Wixet? You still gotta go get your passports and stuff for them. You still deal with them, don't you? Yeah, you still deal with them. I got the video saying you still deal with them. So if you still dealing with them, why won't you talk to them? Because you're in bed with some other people like Clyde David that's paying you big money to push this LGBTQIA plus stuff on the community. Are you or are you not? He tried to tell us he got retired and got this big check and stuff. Show me your retirement stuff. Put that on the thing and let me really see that you retired. I think you just took a vacation to get that money from whoever paying you, bought your wife a little couch and stuff and bought you some scooters and stuff, and then went back to work like you were supposed to do. It's all government far as I'm concerned, allegedly, this is my mindset. This is what you did.
Then he puts it back up about a week later. That's when it stopped being pressure and became a threat. Amani has said a Zulu member reached out and told him, "You know you can be touched, right? You're right down the street. You can be touched. Not, here's why you're wrong. Not a denial with evidence behind it. A threat."
See there? I ain't gonna go to the FBI until they threaten me. They threatened his LGBTQIA plus self back then. They threatened him and he wouldn't go to the feds. Like when her son threatened him, Sidnetta, and people that had joined the What Happened Boy movement in Chicago, and Troy Star Terrain went online playing, in New York, playing with the boy's name. Shit, I called the FBI that Monday. Hey, how y'all doing? They threatened and playing with people's lives because they was playing with me and playing with my movement at the time. I wasn't gonna let that stuff happen.
Aimed at making the story disappear instead of answering it. That's the organization's first instinct on record in 2013, and it's the same instinct that shows up every single time the story resurfaces for the next 13 years.
When this story resurfacing, who keep resurfacing this story? Not Khalil Money. He responds after I respond, but he responded after me. He's over there talking about his LGBTQIA plus stuff now. Go watch him because I need his channel to blow up so my channel can blow up because they both suppressing me and him because they know I'm effing him up and he can't fight back. But we need to break this suppression. Y'all need to start supporting him and me and hear both sides of the conversation because he got a small penis like Wack 100. He's not going to come over here talking to me. He's not a man. By the general principles, he is not a man. That's why he don't care. Y'all call him gay or bisexual or whatever. He don't care. Well, Khalil Money, let me tell you something. When I was born in this world, I can give you the first year I couldn't think or speak back then. But year 2, I didn't give a fuck either. I ain't gave a fuck since I was 2 years old, and I'm 49 years old today. You do the math. Well, I ain't gave all that since I ain't gave it either. You want to argue about it though? No, because you scared, because you do give up. You do. You care. I don't care.
For years, that 2013 story just sat there, a blog piece, denied by Zulu officials, easy to wave off. Then, once Campbell and Savage started talking publicly, both of them independently confirmed pieces of it.
See, Ron Savage and her son Campbell came out to cover up the 2013 thing. That's why Layla Wills was pushing them. That's why Troy Star Terrain was pushing them, because Mickey Benson was in the back lacing pockets and everybody else. The thing was, don't let that 2013 thing be heard of. Don't let it be heard of. And that's why y'all ain't heard of it until a nigga like me, minister to y'all needs.
Campbell says he was one of the first people Bambaataa called after the stabbing. He says he visited him at Jacobi Medical Center.
That's Jacobi.
In the Bronx, that Bambaataa told him what happened, and that Bambaataa handed him a photo of the man who stabbed him and asked Campbell to retaliate.
Now you see that? That's what Dave Reagan wrote. A European journalist from Canada. Dave Wedge wrote that in the Noisy Vice article. Khalil Money liked Dave Wedge writing because Dave Wedge told you about him. But see, what they fail to realize is y'all was telling people about 2013. So when Layla Wells' ignorant self tried to deny it and cover it up and stuff, she wrote her own death certificate. You don't see her out here in public talking. You don't see her putting no lawsuit on me now. because she know reaching past this internet and pulling me into court was her downfall. Well, he ain't want no part of this. Why he talking? Now I'm deep, knee deep in this SHIT. And you can't stop me because you put me in this. Thank you for your lazy lawsuit and lazy argument and everything else. Thank you, judges, for pulling me in court because y'all knew I was from an anti-slap state, Arkansas. Y'all weren't supposed to do what you did, but thank y'all, ignorant self, for doing what you're doing. Because when we go to court again, your name's going to be brought up in court. And I want them judges robes that you've been wearing and everything else. And I want all that. People, this is not a game. This is not even child's play. This is grown man BI. Get you rolling the tree out. Your reach ain't long enough. See, Zulu ain't down the street from me. Now, there's some gangs around here and different stuff, but I'm in the house. But they can get me. Y'all can, you got a global gangster with you and everything else. I know y'all can touch me if y'all want to. This, that, and that. I ain't never scared. I was cooking eggs this morning. My homeboy called. And I wasn't expecting the phone to ring, but it made me jump. And grease fell on me. I was like, oh, shit. And I told him, I went and got the phone. I said, look, man, when you called, you made me jump because I wasn't looking for the phone to ring. And I splashed grease on me, and he didn't understand what I was telling him. I basically told him the Lord that messed me up. I told y'all a long time ago I got PST. PSD. Let me say it properly and stuff, because my stalkers love to, he ain't spell it right, he ain't do this right, he ain't do that right, now he tagging me and stuff. You damn right I'm tagging you, because you watching everything I'm doing. I'm just making sure you watch.
Zulu officials told All Hip Hop at the time that there was no stabbing at all, that Bamba Tata was being treated for chest pain. So you've got a denial on record, and you've got two of Bambayete's own soldiers, years apart, corroborating the thing that was denied. That gap is where the truth usually is.
That gap is where the truth, but y'all will never get the truth because ain't nobody talking about this. Now, nobody want to interview me because they don't want to have to go against Star. They don't want to have to go against Lady Wills. They don't want to have to go against the Ashkenazi Jew or whoever in the back paying these people. They like, nigga, you fighting against a big conglomerate and they bad and they got money. You should be scared. Nigga, I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Never scared. Never been scared. I told you since 2. I ain't never gave a fuck. My new saying is by any means necessary. Paul said it, Malcolm X said it, and Carl Albert is reintroducing it to you. By any means necessary. My death, your death, whoever death, or whatever, it don't matter. We need to get this done. It don't matter. I ain't gonna cry about it. I'm gonna say it's the Lord will.
Before we go further, I have to stop and draw a line, because almost nobody in this story did, starting with how the 2013 article itself got talked about. Being gay, being bisexual. Those are words for who an adult loves and is attracted to. They describe consenting adults.
Consenting adults. So, Khalil, what if you gay or bi? If you having sex with male and females, or with your wife, or with your grandson, or with her daughter, or whoever you sleeping with? Because if you're doing it with that grandson, that's not consensual. He can't consent to sex with an old 60-some-year-old man. But hey, anybody else, they grown. That's y'all business. But I think you know that. I think you know that, Khalil. Let me get this so I can have the computer read it. I need to get it and put it up there right. But yeah, people, it is what it is.
What's alleged against Bambaataa isn't that. Ronald Savage says the abuse started when he was 12. Hassan Campbell and others describe the same abuse of minors inside an organization they trusted. That's not a sexual orientation. That's alleged abuse of children. Those are not the same thing. They were never the same thing. But watch how fast people, his defenders, some of his abusers, even the coverage itself, collapsed that line instead of holding it. It starts right here with the 2013 story.
Collapse that line. Because when Khalil wrote it, he said Bambaataa was gay and that he date raped the little boy. He drew the line right then in the scene. Compelling everybody else to talk about it as if Bambaataa was gay. Not that he was abusing children. He has been to school to learn how to write. He claimed he got a wet pen, but he wouldn't put that wet pen on the conversation right. He say, well, pedophile or pederasty, to be exact, only came in the black vocabulary with this. Because I came up with the terminology. He can't believe a high school dropout came up with the terminology. When I spoke to Troy Tartarain the very first time, I used the terminology. And he used the terminology. He said he wrote about it in his book. So the European black guy, Troy Tartarain, he knew about it. And the Negro Carl Lambert knew about it. Why his college, sucking eggs and stuff from his frat brothers and all that, didn't know about it. Huh, Khalil? Explain that next video you do, episode 2 of your stuff. I do episodes 2 now. You afraid to come over here and confront me now too, aren't you? Yep, coward ass nigga.
Some of the outlets that picked up Ayman I's 2013 story didn't frame it as an assault allegation. They framed it as evidence Bambaataa might be gay. Read that back. A story about an alleged drugging and non-consensual act got quietly turned into a story about his sexuality instead. That's the conflation. On the very first article, before anyone named Savage or Campbell had said a word publicly. And there's a wrinkle worth sitting with. Amani himself had already written a full book about homophobia in the rap industry before he broke the story.
Oh, he was already dealing with homophobia. So he made Bambaataa gay, and then he made the whole hip-hop community mad at him because he's gay. Because they homophobes. The conscious community is homophobe. That's why when Wack 100 said, why you talking about me and penises, Jabari, who's not a homophobe, you know how I know, because we debated one time and I tried to deal with the LGBTQIA plus stuff, and he was like, why are you talking about them? And he was defending them. He was a LGBTQIA plus advocate. We was dealing with mystery system, the Bible mystery system versus the Kemet mystery system. The Kemet mystery system ain't got nothing for LGBTQIA plus stuff. The Bible has something in this mystery system. It tells you clearly, man is not supposed to lie with man. That same gender loving, it ain't supposed to go down. That's why Khalil the Money won't debate me.
Was his framing about the assault, or was it, intentionally or not, an outing story wearing an assault story's clothes? That's a fair question to put on screen, not an accusation.
That's a fair question. See, it's all about strategy now. You got to frame it right, because they want me to just get out here. Well, he can't write, he can't spell, he can't do this and do that. I told y'all a long time ago when I went to court, that court paper was right. It was spelled right. It was written right because I'm capable of doing it. But remember, at 2 years old, I never gave a fuck. I never cared to write nothing right or say nothing like that or do none of that stuff because I'm a nigga that don't give a fuck. That's what happened when you get a nigga that don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck to do right. I don't care to do right. I care to do what the Lord told me what to do. What if it's wrong or right? If he moved me to move wrong, if he moved me to move right by any means necessary, I'm going to do what I need to do as a man to take care of my business.
The defense, KRSONE in the old guard. Fast forward to 2016, when Savage went public, KRS-One didn't address the specific claims. He went on the radio, then followed with an open letter, saying the accusers were driven by hate and revenge. He later said, at an appearance overseas, that anyone with a problem with Bambaataa should quit hip-hop.
So that's anybody that got a problem with LGBTQIA plus pedophiles, pederads, and all that stuff need to quit hip hop because KRS-One is down with the Masons. He already told y'all that. And the thing is to bring the hip hop agenda to the LGBT community and the LGBT community to the hip hop agenda. Because you need Lil Mama, you need Lil Nas dancing on Satan lap and all that other stuff. Because they got to feed this to your children so it can be normalized in the black community. Y'all see this? Y'all want to talk to me? None of y'all shows out there want to interview me and make me sound stupid or dumb about what I'm talking about? I know. I done went through the dirty section and the black section and all these places looking for homosexual preachers and all this and that to beat people up about this story.
Read that back. Not, here's why the allegations are false. Not, here's evidence. Just protect the legend, question the accuser's motives, move on. At a press conference held by Zulu Nation affiliate defending the organization, one member framed the whole controversy as being about a fight against homosexuality plaguing the black community. Not about the 12-year-old. About homosexuality.
So, will y'all please stop talking about sexuality and talk about that boy that her son say took a picture of the murder? What I've been talking about for the last 10 years, 2016 to 2026, I've been on it. Where y'all been? Where have y'all been? Because y'all got little dicks too. You don't see me saying I got a little one, a big one, do you? I'm just using Jabari words.
Same move as 2013. When the organization is accused of enabling child abuse, its instinct is to talk about homosexuality instead of the abuse.
See that? That's what they done. So don't y'all do it. When people get to talking about her son took a picture of murder of a child, don't get to talking about homosexuality. All right, Khalil? Well, let me talk about Bible and homosexuality. No, talk about grown people having sex with children, similar to what you did to that little boy when you let him suck on your foot. That's called a foot fetish. That's sexual stuff. And you pulled your step-grandson into that. Had him sucking on your foot, then you went suck this foot. Like I told you, it's equivalent to you sticking your manhood in his mouth and he's sticking his manhood in your mouth. Speak on it if you want to, bad boy.
That's not a defense. That's a deflection, and by now, it's a pattern. Here's what makes this darker. It wasn't just Bambaata's defenders doing this. One of his own accusers did it too.
One of his own, who was that accuser? Her son Camel, because her son Camel, the one that took the picture to murder the boy. You gotta dirty it up so it won't get talked about right. He never talked about that damn boy. He didn't care. He tried to say little stuff. Well, he was the last one, and but I was gonna kill him and stuff. That's all he ever said. He said it to Doggy Diamonds. He said it to Queens Flip, and he said it to me, and he said it to other people too. I know he did. It's just people weren't listening to the big YouTuber at the time. I bet you his dumb ass won't say it again. I bet you his dumb ass won't say it again. Hassan, if your bitch ass listening, I bet your bitch ass don't talk about that no more.
Hassan Campbell, a man who says he was abused as a child by Bamba Taha, went on record saying homosexuality and pedophilia run hand in hand. That claim has been studied and rejected by researchers again and again. There is no link between being gay and being a danger to children. None. So you have.
That's what Khalil the Money said. The advocate for the LGBTQIA plus community said a gay bambata put a date raping drug in a little boy drink, got him pie or whatever it is, and then sucked him off, abused him. So how the hell anybody in the study don't say that ain't true? Because that's what Khalil the Money wrote. That's what Mr. Wet Pen wrote. Because he was getting wet when he was writing.
Of the people protecting Bamba Taha using gay as an insult to discredit his abusers, and you have at least one accuser using gay as an insult to discredit the man who abused him. Different motives. Same broken logic. Both wrong, and both distractions from the actual claim that.
Because either Bambata was bisexual, because there's pictures going around of him standing with women and this and that now. Why? To prove that he slept with women? He could have been sleeping with men too. That's why calling people gay is not the answer to it. He could have been the B in the LGBTQIA+. Bisexual. Sleeping with men and women, young men, it don't matter. Because the gang he was with before he created Zulu Nation. What's their name? They was talking about how they was going and laying with little girls and all of that. You know, the X-Clan and all that stuff. They was talking about, we didn't care your age and all that. I think I got the video still, besides none of them took that video down and all that. But yeah, y'all remember the time when that guy got up there and said that? He basically said pussy ain't got no age. Saying asshole ain't got no age.
Children were abused.
If y'all been following this like I've been following this, because I've been here since the beginning.
This is also why the retitling of Layla Wills's documentary matters to this story. It started as Trapped in a Culture, a title about the abuse. It became Zulu Nation, hip-hop's first gay family.
It went from Trapped in the Culture to the first gay family. Who told us say first gay family? The Snitch Network leader, Troy Star Terrain. He told her to do it, and she said, yes, master, and did it. Like the good nigga's supposed to do.
Wills has said very few people paid attention to the film under its original title, and that the retitle didn't change the underlying allegations. Maybe not. But the new title did something else. It put gay in the headline of a story about child abuse.
That's what you did, Lady Wills. Marcy Hammer didn't tell you better than that. Marcy, you didn't tell her better than that. I thought you was down for child victims and children and stuff. You go fight the Catholic Church, but you wouldn't fight that witch you was dealing with. You let the witch do whatever she want to do. I know you probably watching, not all the time, but you watching. Let me see what this boy talking about and stuff. Because you went in too. Because I told you about her son taking that picture to murder that boy. But you didn't give a Elfita, just like me at 2 years old.
Whatever the intent, that's the same conflation showing up again, this time in marketing instead of testimony. The same conflation that was already baked into coverage of Amonai's article back in 2013.
So y'all see what's going on? This just like Clyde Davis and them having a meeting, bringing criminal stuff into hip hop. Same thing. And just Khalil Money ain't got Clyde Davis money.
I'm not here to tell you Will's got it wrong. I'm here to show you his conflation runs through the entire 13-year timeline. The accused, the accusers, and the people covering it, all reaching for the same shortcut. So let's be clear going into episode 3. The series is not about outing anybody. It's not about whether Ben Battaglia is gay, straight, or bisexual. None of that is the story, and none of that would make what's alleged any less serious or any more serious. The story is, did this man, and the people around him, abuse children for years, starting long before anyone outside hip-hop was paying attention? And did the organization protect him instead of the kids, every single time it came up? Everything else, every threat to a blogger in 2013, every insult, every gay agenda claim, every retitled documentary, is noise people use to avoid saying that sentence out loud. We're not going to avoid it.
We're not going to avoid it. When I say we, what happened to that boy 2013? Take it to the feds. We not going to ignore it. I don't know if y'all with us or not, but we not going to ignore it. So Digital Pit Boss, Whack 100, Como Power Rules, or whoever the hell out there that think they're a part of this and they want to do something to me, get to doing what you do, my nigga, because Carl ain't going to stop. And if you don't believe it, ask Simon. Call this nigga by his government name. Ask Simon if I'm going to stop. Because he know my blueprint. Let him tell it. He gave me the blueprint. Go hard or go home is my blueprint. And I'm already at home, so shit, I'm just going to go hard. Woo, I'm a goddamn fool. But remember, since I was 2 years old, I never gave a fuck, people. So we got some notes to self.
Note to self, segments E and F pull quotes from secondary sources, Vice, OK Player, Metropolis. Segment ABC source material is Vice's 2016 piece citing Amani directly. Recommend pulling primary audio video, KRS-One radio appearance, Campbell's Murder Master Music Show interview, the original 2013 Straight Stunt 10 article, if archived recoverable via Wayback Machine, for on-screen citation before final cut, to avoid relying on paraphrase second-hand reporting.
Paraphrase second. No, people, this is coming from the source. Now, I'm not them people, but I was right there when them people was doing what they was doing. But they want to say he's not a part of it. Nah, you's a damn lie. I am a part of it. Later, Wheels put me in court. I'm the only nigga that went to jail for Bambaataa abusing children, who y'all say Bambaataa was gay and everything else, and not dealing with the stuff y'all should have been dealing with. So you a damn lie if you say I wasn't a part of it.
There's another story that circles this same world, and I want to put it on the table, not because I'm going to tell you it's true, but because it shows you how this conflation problem doesn't stop at homophobia. It shows up as full-blown unverified conspiracy too. Bishop Larry Gators has talked about the secret meeting, record executives, government figures, a plan to shape hip-hop's direction. It's part of a broader story that's circulated online since the 90s, sometimes as an anonymous chain letter, claiming a small group of executives and intelligence figures met and decided to push violence and gang culture into rap. Here's what I have to be straight with you about. Nobody has ever produced a guest list, a document, or a single verified witness for that meeting. Journalists who looked into it call it exactly what it looks like, a hoax that keeps getting recycled because it's a simpler explanation than the real one.
See, that's what they try to call. All Carl do is lie and he a hope and all that. They try to deal with me biblically. Look, that ain't right. This, that. Israelites won the first Christian. Well, who was the first Christian? When Jesus came and said he only go to Israel. As Reggie say, well, somebody got to explain why he called that woman a dog, because he say you ain't the children of Israel. It ain't right for me to give you the children of Israel food. The woman said, I eat the food off the floor. The Lord said, hey, That's humility there. What you just showed me, I give you some food. I ain't gonna even throw it on the floor. She was a Samaritan woman. So he was telling the Samaritan woman, you're not an Israelite.
And the real one is uncomfortable in its own way. Record labels chased what sold. Local gang culture, real street violence, and real poverty got marketed because it moved units, not because 12 people in a room voted on it. That's not a secret conspiracy. That's just capitalism finding a genre it could exploit. I'm including Gator's version here because it's part of the ecosystem this whole series lives in, where a verifiable, documented story, kids being abused inside an organization, for real, with named accusers, sits right next to unverifiable, sensational stories, secret meetings that get just as much attention, sometimes more. That's the pattern. The unprovable, dramatic version travels faster than the proven, ugly one.
Travel faster because there's a lot of little penises out here afraid to talk about it. And they won't come to, excuse my French, the big penis and talk to him. Because I'm the big penis. Ladies, which one you want? The small one or the big one? No, I'm just kidding. I'm a fool like that, y'all. Look over me. I'm a fool like that. Khalil Monica said and get away with it, though.
I'm not naming names in the secret meeting story as fact. I'm telling you it exists. It's unproven, and it matters that you can tell the difference between that and everything else in this series, because everything else in this series, I can back up. Note to self, this segment is deliberately framed with skepticism throughout. Do not cut around the no evidence lines in editing, they're load-bearing for legal reasons. Do not name specific individuals as confirmed attendees of any alleged meeting. If a specific name is used on screen, it must be paired with unverified claim language in the same breath, not just once earlier in the segment.
So as you can see, protect yourself. I got to keep reminding myself that, and I got to remind y'all that if you go through this documentation, I believe I protected myself. Though I can't read, though I can't write, I can't spell, I can't do nothing, I believe I protected myself. Because y'all believe I can do it don't mean I can't do it. Check the documentation off. It's been on the screen all along. Check the reading, the writing, and everything, and get back to me. I don't mind going to court. Take me to court. Just know that if you thought that was nice, I got some shit you don't want to fuck with. But you do what you want to do. I can't tell you. Don't do it. You do what you want to do. Make your own choice. The beds y'all making, y'all don't have to lie in them. I done made my bed and I'm willing to lie in it. You heard? So with that said, I'm going to say peace. Leave your comments up under the show. I would love to speak to you in the interviews or whatever. I will get back with you. Love y'all. Hopefully y'all take this stuff serious. With that said, peace.